Okay, we're going to be working on packet Tracer5.3.3.3 today, and it's going to be configuring DHCP in a multifunctional device. And a little bit of the background on this one is a homeowner wants to use a Linksys WRT300N device to connect all three PCs in their home. We're going to show today that all three PCs can obtain their IP addresses automatically from the Linksys device. We will start by adding three PCs to our screen. Then we're going to add our router. And we're going to connect each of them to the fast Ethernet port using a copper straight-through cable. Okay, now we have all three computers and they're all three hooked up to the router. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of configuration on our router. So we're going to open up the routers. We're going to go to the configuration window and we're going to change our display name. And you notice that it might affect things by changing it, but we're going to change it anyway. Okay, now we have changed the name of our router to DHCP enabled router. I'm going to go to our GUI section. This takes us to the basic setup page within the Linksys. And if you notice right now, it's got this IP address, this subnet mask. DHCP is enabled with our starting address and our maximum number of users. We're going to be changing some of the default IP addresses with the Linksys device. Okay, this is the router IP section. We're going to change the router IP address to 192.168.5.1. We're going to go ahead and save that. Now we're going to go back up and make sure it was saved, and as you can see, it was. Now we're going to change the default DHCP range of addresses. You'll notice that under the DHCP server, the starting address matches what we have right here. So we're going to adjust some things here. We're going to change the starting IP address from 192.168.5-100 to 192.168.5-25. And we're going to change the maximum number of users to 75. And we're going to save our settings. We're just going to go back up and make sure that it's saved. And as you can see, what I had changed did save. Okay, we're going to enable the DHCP now on some of our devices. So we're going to start with computer PC 0. Go to the Configure tab. Go to our Fast Ethernet. We're going to enable the DHCP. What this will do, it'll allow our IP address and our subnet mask to be dynamically assigned. And as you can notice, it did right here with the 192.168.5.25. All right, now we're going to go over to our PC1 here. Go to our desktop, go to our command prompt. Now we're going to look at the IP config on this one. Now as you'll notice, nothing is assigned to this one. No IP address, no subnet mask, and no default gateway. So what we need to do is go back to PC1 and PC2 and allow the DHCP to dynamically assign these. So go to PC1, Configure, Fast Ethernet, DHCP. As you'll notice, it assigned 192.168.5-20 or .26. Now let's go to PC2, Configure our Fast Ethernet, DHCP. And as you'll notice, it assigned 5.27 to this one. So now we have a 25, 26, and a 27 for our three computers. Now we want to verify connectivity between them. So let's go to PC1, go to the desktop, the command prompt. Now let's go ahead and try our IP config again on this one. So as you can see, it changed here from the zeros to the actual assigned IP address and subnet mask and default gateway because I enabled the DHCP to do this. So now let's ping the Linksys device to see if we have connectivity to that. Here we have our replies. It's showing now. Now we have verified connectivity with our Linksys device. Now, we have a little bit of a problem with the way that this activity tells me on what to ping, because it tells you in the activity to ping PC0 at 192.168.5.26. But as you can see right here, that is actually the IP address of this computer. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to ping PC0 as it told me, but that address would be 192.168.5.25 because that's the IP address from that one. So did we get a reply? So now we have pinged the computers and the Linksys router, and it shows us that we actually do have connectivity now. Now I'm going to check the results on this activity. The problem now is it shows that the activity is incomplete, but this is actually an error due to the way that it had its steps set out in the wrong IP address for us to ping. So this is all I can do with it. Thank you very much.